Hello everybody, I hope you all are having a wonderful day or evening. I am so sorry I didn't upload as soon as possible for this week. It has been a very eventful start of my week. On Sunday, right after service, I ended up going to watch a baseball game, and that took all day. And then I also went shoe shopping, so that took most of my time. And then on Monday, I had to work from 8 to 5, so I didn't have time to sit down and be able to record. And then today, I had orientation for in-service teaching, and that took almost all day as well, but today I have a little bit more free time on my time, and I just made time today, and I'm so happy to be back here in my office and talking to you all. For this weekly calendar, I use the exact same template as last week because it worked. This system worked for me. It may not work for you or your lifestyle, but it worked for me perfectly. And I still ended up doing 7 rectangles for Sunday to Saturday, and 2 large rectangles, one for my goal tracker and the other one for the verse, and a small rectangle for the highlights of the week. And for this week, I decided to do my trusty plaid. Is it called plaid? Here we go again. With my plaid pattern, I was still trying to figure out which colors were going to be the thick lines and which colors will be my thinner lines, and I decided to use the vibrant, bold colors to be the thick lines, and then the more muted grayish tones to be my thin lines. And I actually really like this pattern more than the one from last week. It actually made me happy to look at it, happy to use it, not be shy and opening it in front of others. And I don't know, I just really like it. It made me so happy to use it and open it and see how colorful it is. And it looks like there's so much going on, but it's not. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just brings me so much joy. And I still wanted to incorporate all of the colors I'm using. So on the left side of the weekly spread, I ended up using my red hues or pink hues, and for the right page I ended up using the green hues. And I tried to more or less to guess where the lines were going, and I ended up messing up a couple of times on both the pink/red and the green layout because it was the first time I was doing it. I don't know what I was doing. Ended up going really well, even though I messed up, but that's perfectly fine. I want to give the reason as to why I do these templates beforehand, but I don't actually upload the video until Sunday, or try my best to upload it on Sunday, and that's because this heavily relies on the verse. And I love talking about service. I love talking about Jesus, and it helps me a lot to talk about you all about it because, service is on Sunday, and it gives me an idea of what to talk about in the video and what will be my verse of this week. And the main focus of this service was Zephaniah. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You could correct me in the comments down below. we went over the book of Zephaniah, and the main purpose of this was that God is mighty to save. The specific chapter and verse that meant so much to me is Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 16, which states, "On that day it will be said to Jerusalem, do not fear, Zion, do not let your hands grow weak." And the main theme was to silence your fears. Why did this stood out to me? Because I'm doing my clinical teaching next week, and I'm scared, like it's I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm excited because it's gonna be the first time where I'm gonna be teaching for a whole semester, but at the same time I'm scared because what if I do something wrong? And what if I fail? What if this? What if that? And there's so many what ifs that is causing my fear. What the pastor said is silence them. Yeah, it might be easier said than done, It's not that we should just silence our fears by ignoring them. We should actually talk to Jesus and tell him, I know that you already know what I'm going through and my fears, but can you help me? Like asking, Jesus to silence your fears for you. And I thought that was really meaningful for me, especially because I'm going through this. But yeah, since I ended up doing this template before the Sunday service, something that's going to change now for next week is that I'm going to end up adding gratitudes of the day. I still don't know how to incorporate this now. I'm just using like a random page to do this. Well, actually, no, not a random page. I'm using it on the sections that I usually do my book notes in. And the reason is that I decided to do that is because I haven't read it all this week and I kind of feel very guilty about it. But right after I finish recording, I'll probably grab a book, go to my bed and just read and suck up a lot of knowledge then. So right now I am doing my brain dump and work notes, and I thought this was I had to sketch the strawberries. I really did, because I was very discouraged last week that the strawberries didn't really look the way that I wanted them to look. So I ended up just sketching them, and I think they look pretty good, like way better compared to last week, in my opinion. So I think next time I will end up sketching my strawberries for next week because it looks way better. And right here I am doing, the traditional book notes, but at the moment, I already said, I'm not actually using it for the book notes. On the left side, I ended up doing the gratitude, and the right page, I was doing notes for my orientation, which I shouldn't have done that. I should have actually written all of that on my brain dump, but I wasn't thinking. But that's perfectly fine. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed all of this, and see you all next week.